Hello YouTube, this is Omid here with another episode of Wargame Airland Battle. We'll be taking on the second solo campaign, Fortress Oslo. Computer is set to medium already, so we need to change that. We're playing as NATO this time, interesting. Let's begin. Okay, Finnish is turned to the communists. And we're NATO. Right, so let's see. So I'm guessing this takes place after the events of the first campaign, seeing as Germany now seems to be on this side and Denmark is communist. So let's just take that as that. Right, well, we have a lot of options available to us. So let's see, we have access to aerial reconnaissance, naval bombardment. See, this is the first time I've actually seen this. I'm going to see what these things do. So lose 2 morale. Lose 1 initiative. Print from any recon. Right, I'm just looking through all these to see if any of them are that useful. I don't see the point in most of them, and these are brigades. Where are we going to actually deploy these? Okay, so these can be deployed anywhere, and these can be deployed on naval parts. Alright, okay. See where this thing is going. We've access to these guys first, and our mission is to take Oslo, which is up here. These guys are defend. So I think we'll do aerial recon. So I think we'll. I'm not sure if Oslo would probably be too well defended, so I'm just going to see if there's anything here. And if there isn't, there isn't anything there, so I'm going to deploy these guys here. And I'm going to get this corp here, which I have to select in the odd way that I should be accustomed to now from playing this. This is half the campaign, actually trying to find out where your unit selection icon is. It's nowhere near the unit itself. There it is, somewhere in Germany. There it is. And you're going to attack these guys here. So, let's send those orders and launch the attack. Okay, so we have to score 1,000. They have to score 3,000 to win. Let's launch the battle. And we're playing in this sector again. Great. Don't particularly like this place because it's got too much. Well, for start, we've already fought here, and as you know, it's already it's way too urban for my liking. But we're here now, and the frame rate in this game seems to be dropping rapidly and frequently. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the Ambert set up here, and we're going to essentially do our same plan as before of striking Copenhagen and striking it hard. Right. Oh, these guys are the only ones with any AP power, so we're going to bring 2 of them into the fight. Helicopters, some TOW helicopters, those will be useful as long as anti-aircraft defenses are weak. Tanks, oh, we've got Challengers, Chieftains and Centurion Avras. Those won't be that useful as tanks. So essentially we're going to do the same plan as last time, a sort of armoured and infantry rush into the centre. Let's see, anti-tank infantry, there's no one really. These are the only infantry, and judging on their price they aren't very good ones. So we'll buy a lot of them to compensate. Let's see, recon, we'll want Gazelle. Gazelles are good units. Good and fast. And what are the optics? Medium and good to choose from. we'll obviously go for the ones that those are good, because what else would you want in a recon vehicle? And we'll also need some anti-aircraft support, so we will have a squad of tracked rapiers supplied by these trucks. It's actually probably best to have 2 of them. Actually, well, we already have 2 of them, but you know what I mean. Actually, those are the only anti-aircraft defense we have available. And I want to have an anti-aircraft defense. Okay, so that is the battle setup. The plan is simple. Strike a Copenhagen, take a Copenhagen. If there's still more points to earn, move up to Stavanger. And that should be it. So let's launch this fight. Fast. Gazelles. Actually, I think the Lynxes and the Gazelles should form a helicopter task force.
Okay, what's the situation?
Oh yeah, they have already got anti-aircraft defenses set up. Let's get the Alberts on their case. Correct a shot. Lovely. Stop these guys. I want to keep them out of the anti-aircraft missiles range. These guys will move up here. These guys will move to here. That should be safe. Right, let's keep these guys out of the fight. Those seem to be their only anti-aircraft defenses, so with them down, should be able to fight. But I'm not going to launch an airstrike against them until I know that they are demoralized. There's real problems with the frame rate on this computer. I have no idea what it is, but it is irritating. Let's get the... What are these called? The Chieftains, aren't they? Why are you going over there? I don't want you to go over there. Comes down, we should be able to launch some more strikes. Ooh. Command vehicle is worth an air run any day of the week, especially when that anti-aircraft defenses are on the front line and being shelled to pieces. This frame rate's starting to get annoying, but I don't think there's anything I can do about it, I'm afraid, without surrendering. Come on. Let's bring up Task Force Helicopter. And you go up here, you watch our backs. Infantry sort of follow the road. Got up to a good start, haven't taken any losses yet. Are there any vehicles we have access to? Yeah, let's take a squad of Rover Milan tank hunters. Those will probably be useful. And there's a lot of tanks up ahead, so let's... And they're coming our way, looks like. Combined anti-aircraft forces. Don't know what that could be, but could be anything. These guys are still refueling. T-55s mostly, of course. This is an East German combat brigade. They don't have anything good. Oh dear, dear, dear. Okay, you guys make a run to the town. Keep some covering fire. Get online. Okay, we need this helicopter swatted, and the Cervikas make a run on them. These guys are not close enough to the red fire. Can't micromanage enough the frame rates to that. This is falling apart. How much room? Yeah, I'm gonna buy another one, just because we need that helicopter swatted down. The rapiers in a position, we have to do it. Oh my god, I'm gone. Why you get standing there in the middle of the field? Probably because I told you to do so, but you should show some initiative. You guys are, come on, shoot that guy got 55 points and that's not oh, there's artillery guns in there, but there's a lot of enemy infantry there as well. Speaking of which, where's our artillery guns? I think we'll Logistics are probably needed more for our front line units than our rear anti-aircraft forces. Rover Milans are here, but they're not shooting at stuff. MiGs coming in, probably get shot down quickly. I'm going to move these helicopters back. They've really taken a few too many hits. These staying in active hits. Okay, I'm going to buy another couple of Abbots. I'm going to reprioritize these guys to get to the front line. We saw from last time. I'm going to tell these guys to maintain a constant bombardment in this town. Don't know what it's called, but seeing as it's in this Copenhagen sector, we will call it Copenhagen. Why are these Milans not shooting stuff? How pathetic is your range if you can't? I don't even know what are these guys' ranges. 2,400 meters. There you go, you can see. I think there was, must have positioned them incorrectly or something. Fox is not close enough to provide efficient support. These Chieftains, I think I'm gonna get them back. They've taken way too many morale hits. And these guys are attacking the wrong things. Launch another few airstrikes. Target these guys first, so that following runs Fox down. Ooh, these guys are too good at knocking out our reconnaissance units, and our reconnaissance units don't seem to be good enough. Okay, make runs on the anti-aircraft unit. Sooner it's dead, sooner you can make passes without having to worry about being shot down. I'm gonna keep them back for now. The trouble is these supplies are gonna get drained by people trying to, well, the guys in the front line. These guys, group, start hammering this collection of tanks up here. They aren't dug in yet. Track repair, stop. Okay, if you see a gunship heading straight for it. Why is your range so poor? I hate nations with poor anti-aircraft defences. Well, I'm sure Britain has some good ones, but as a naval unit. Right, let's get the jets in. You're being refueled quite fast. Shoot that thing down. You guys are taking way too long, probably because you have to fix yourselves, so it takes longer. I don't like that guy. Hanging around, where's it goes? I'm gonna get it after him.
We'll get a better look from there.
He's going to have to make a pass over the anti-aircraft defences to shoot this guy down. These toes are empty, so they should be refueling. The gunship's getting a bit too close to comfort to my artillery. Hopefully the second pass can finish it. Nah, unlikely. Oh, what? There's enemy infantry in there? What? Oh, special forces. Damn. Fire barrage in this general area. And the Gazelle got shot down, probably by the special forces.
Are you talking to me?
Gazelle's down. These guys are not getting anywhere near that town. I think it's best to pull back at this point.
Roger, sir. On our way.
Let's get some more reconnaissance. We need to know what we're... Nope, stop the shoot. Don't tell me you're out of so many hits. How is you out of range? What kind of range does your unit have? Only 700 meters? That's pathetic. You're missing half your shots as it is. Right, infantry, we need And Britain doesn't have any good infantry. So I'm going to compensate by building a lot and getting the artillery, giving them artillery support.
At the ready, sir. Let's fly.
You guys should be
Missile in
retreating.
firing position, sir.
Are absolutely useless anti-aircraft support. Tired? Big East German gunships outranging them. I'm gonna, they're better. Actually, you're already a fighter. These guys are good, but they're expensive.
Captain.
Usage missiles in here as well. Evac.
Someone needs guardian angel.
See, this is difficult. I don't even have any good helicopters to fight them off with. I'm just completely reliant on jets to swat these guys down.
Why does it always have to be me? Where do you need us, sir?
I'm just gonna make single runs on them, try and get them out before they take too many hits. What to invest in? Command vehicles are useless because they never, in 1 point sectors, they'll never turn a good profit. And I know this means they're going to have more than me, but that's just what we'll have to deal with. Right, okay, I'm going to get the chieftains to maneuver. I know the special forces are somewhere in here. I think they're in this sector here. I'm going to get my infantry to expose themselves to them. I know that sounded inappropriate, but my infantry forces them to fire on them. They expose themselves to the tanks, which should be getting into range, but they're not. Of course, line of sight restrictions. I'm gonna get these guys to pull back. I think the Fusiliers can handle 4 infantry. I'm gonna bring, and then with them dead, I'm gonna bring in a Gazelle.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his right.
Bringing Gazelle to provide some proper reconnaissance. Oh, damn, they've resecured Copenhagen. Okay, gotta get some more Gazelles to fly around. I need to know where that command vehicle is because I've only got 90 more points left to kill, but I don't want to lose too many units in this deck because this probably won't be its last fight. Although it could be wrong, I don't know. There's a cub on the move. If I can hit that, that will be perfect. Right, Alberts. I think it's going to stop soon. Okay, come on, make your runs on it before I can do any serious damage. There we go. You guys should evac. Did I lose one or? Oh, there it is. Command vehicle has been spotted. Don't know why it's driving towards us when I was in a perfectly good position. But I'm not going to complain. Let's buy another bomber. Let's nail that. Come on. Damn, it's flying a reconnaissance. Let's try and get the Gazelle round. With the cub dead, I can maneuver my Gazelles closer to it. But I know it's in that general area. I mean, I can't imagine the AI would drive it into a 1 point sector. I don't want to risk using any characters because they'll probably be useful in later battles. If I can nail the command vehicle, I mean that's it, game 1. The trouble is nailing the command vehicle. The artillery should be constantly firing on this guy. They've got Strela 2 infantry set up. It's getting more and more dangerous to launch a successful raid against. There we go. Game 1. That was a tricky fight, I'm not gonna lie. Had to retreat to avoid losing too many units. But there we go. So, let's see, is there anything else going on? So total victory. Oh, they've retreated, however, which is annoying. North Korea? I thought this was Europe. What? Pentagon's planning to send an airborne division. These yeah, except we don't need the airborne. I get it. Alright, well, before I end this episode, I guess explain that. So basically what happens is, remember that airborne unit I didn't deploy? I don't have it anymore. Oh, I do have it. Oh, maybe there's another airborne division. So I had an airborne division I could have called in, but I chose not to, which means it's deployed to Asia, which means although I don't have access to that airborne unit, I gain something by having it in Korea. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure how it helps me in Scandinavia when they're in Korea, but there you go. Oh well, that's quite clever. I hope that kind of thing happens more. Make it more interesting. But until next time, this has been Agent. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.